Hello everyone, on today's video I'm going to be walking you through on how to solve quadratic equation. I guess this video will be good for beginners. Yes, for sure, it will be good for beginners. So all you just have to do is stay tuned. Now welcome back to Home Online Maths Education. First of all, before we begin things such as this, it's very important that we commit them into the hands of God for perfect understanding. So why not you join me as you repeat this prayer after me? My mind is where I am. When I study, I must remember and understand. So help me God. As easy as that. So let's drive right into the reason why we came here today. Now on today's video, I'll make you understand that quadratic equation has different ways at which they are being solved. Now, the ways that they solve quadratic equation actually differs. Now you can actually use what we call the factorization method in solving quadratic equation. You can as well use the graphical method to solve quadratic equation. You can use what we call completing of squares to solve quadratic equation. And last but not the least, you can as well use the formula of quadratic equation to solve the quadratic equation itself. Now on today's video, I'm not going to be walking you through all of these processes in solving quadratic equation. I have to try my best to see how brief this video is going to be, at least 5 minutes. Now you see, factorization method is the method I'm going to be showing you today on solving quadratic equation. So make sure that you are with your pens and your books right now. Please keep the phone in the landscape mode and then place your focus and your attention in this video so as not to miss out on any of the content. Take away every form of distraction and watch till the end. Now you can see on this board we have b squared plus 7b plus 10 as our first quadratic equation. Now, there's one thing I will need to make you understand whenever you're trying to use factorization method to solve this, because this has really been a thorn on a lot of students' flesh. Now, we can see that we have b squared plus 7b plus 10. Now, whenever a question like this is given to you, the thing that your mind should first of all look at is this at the middle and the one at the end. So the one at the middle is what? 7b, and the one at the end is what? Plus 10. Now we shouldn't forget that this 7b is carrying a positive sign in front of it. So we can as well place it in front of 7. Even if we don't place it in front of 7, as far as it is a positive number, it is still fine. Except maybe it has a negative number, a negative sign in front of it. Then that's when it's necessary to make sure that the negative sign stays in front of that number. Now we can see that we have 7b and 10. Now like I said, when a quadratic equation is given to you, the main things to look at are the one in the middle and the one at the end. Those are your main focus. Now what's the next thing that comes to mind? You have to think about the main possible factors of the number at the end. Now the number at the end we have here is 10. So the factors of 10 is 1, 2, 5 and 10. We surely know that 1 times 10 will give us 10, and then 2 times 5 will give us 10. Now, since we have found out the factors of 10, what's the next thing that we do? We surely have to ask ourselves, which of these factors are we sure we are going to add up together to give us 7? Now we know that 1 plus 10 will never give us 7. It will rather give us 11. We know that 1 plus 2 will not give us 7. It will rather give us 3, and so on and so forth. But now I can see that out of all the factors so far, 2 and 5 will surely give us 7. Is that not it? So we know that 2 plus 5 will give us 7, and we as well know that 2 times 5 will give us 10. Then we are good to go. I guess we are on the right track. So let's begin the main thing. Now we have here that 2 plus 5 is giving us 7, and 2 times 5 is giving us 10. So what's the next thing that we do? We have to factorize out. So which means that we are going to use these numbers here in the equation. b squared plus 2b. Now we have to close these brackets. We open another one and then we write 5b inside plus 10. Now if you notice very well, the 2 that we talked of is here and the 5 is this one right here. Now the only thing there is we never mention b in the whole stuff, right? But right now we are placing the b here and we are placing the b here. Normally that's how it's being solved whenever we are solving for quadratic equation, so that you don't miss out on anything there, so that you don't make unnecessary mistakes. So which means this is where we are getting to now. Now at this point, what are we going to do? We are going to factorize out to get our final answer. So to factorize out, you ask yourself, what would you actually remove from here that after removing it and you multiply with the ones inside, you will surely get back the same result. Now if we look at this, the only thing we can remove from here now is b. Now please do not forget, it might look a little bit confusing from the very start, but you really need to put in more effort. You need to work hard so that you don't so that you improve more on this, because it's a little bit confusing. But when you watch this video over and over again, for sure you will understand. So you can see over here that b is the one outside. Now we're going to place a b in here plus 2. Now I will explain to you the reason why I did b plus 2 and then place the b outside. The truth is this: when we do b times b, we surely get b squared, and then when we do b times 2, we surely get 2b. Now you don't just do magic and get stuff like that. It's all about working hard, trying your best, improving by making efforts day by day, and then you'll be able to understand how to actually factorize out whenever you have a bracket like this. So now we are going to apply this same method here. Now there's another thing you need to understand. Once you have gotten something like this, you should understand completely that when doing the same thing over here, your bracket must contain exactly the same thing inside. So without stressing much about it, let's just repeat it. b plus 2. We'll close it. Now at this point, we are going to place 5 over here. Now we know that 5 times b will give us 5b, and we know 5 times 2 will give us 10. So which means we have gotten 5b plus 10. And now that's it over here. Now we shouldn't forget that this 5 has a positive sign in front of it. Whether we place the positive sign there or not, we have gotten our positive sign. So which means we are getting over here b plus 5 in brackets, and then the next one is what? b plus 2. And then we close. So this is how to solve for quadratic equation. Now we have these other questions over here. Please, I'll bet you that you try your hands on these questions. And then if you have any problem on solving this quadratic equation, please be sure to put down in the comments below what your problems are. And then probably on my next video, I'll be featuring how to solve this particular 2 questions. So this is all for today. Please make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my videos. Like this video and share to your friends and family. Thank you for watching. Until next time, we shall meet again.